They begin the drive with Johnson. Shifts by him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 35-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as good running gets them to about the 44. The Cardinals had 5 and 6 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. You talk about this Rams defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Now a 2nd and 10. Stafford. That's caught. This is Abanikanda. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Stafford. That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does its job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Cardinals nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
23 yards on the play. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
After the interception, here's Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Go, come on, man. Pick it up.
Stafford on first down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Conner. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, here's Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point good by Prater, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Alert! 59! 53! Ready!
Here's Stafford. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
42!
From the gun, here's Campbell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old model prophet? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle, Johnson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Running right, here's McAllister. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And now off to the races down the right side. Oh, nice move. Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to...
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cards force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. My, maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because you had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
It's taken to the 26. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. Stafford. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! Make that now 3 first first half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Murray. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Murray now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lavonte David. And the Rams are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Zero.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got him in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Mike Evans. As time expires in the first half. And the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Easy, alert!
On second down, it's Abanikanda. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. They'll set up the screen to Abanikanda. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They snap it to Stafford. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Drill right, 22, hurry.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Murray going to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Play action. Now it's Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, With his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 34.
First down.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
22.
Stafford. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. 3rd down, here's Abanikanda. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
10. Easy, alert.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Middle.
Throwing is Stafford. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of him, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Big ass open.
On play action, it's Murray. Finding Moore on the out route for the completion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Murray sees something. He's going to change it up. Murray's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Cards stringing together a couple of good pickups. It's another first down on that play. Murray to air it out again. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Monday.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
50-50.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Pushing his way through. He's still on his feet. Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 85 yards. And the Rams have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Murray. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. After the interception, here's Stafford. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Like 22, like 7. What are you hot?
Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get them.
And my goodness, another interception. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Blankenship out for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Rams 59, Cardinals 14. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Talk about two sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Murray now to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Ready.
Stafford going to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
32. Stay 50, stay 50.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now Murray off play action. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Arizona. 62 yards. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Murray, one final try. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Prater on to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Rams, they